Remember the judge that used the N-word over and over again was happy, and they were really bonding over the use of the N-word. Let me remind you, here's the video.
Mom goes, why are the lights
when I pull up in the whip, they be saying, God damn.
Why are your lights on? They're like, pull up.
And mom's yelling,
Henry, have a like a roach.
look, that's me.
No, that's
on the backside.
Look, he trips over the
He tripped twice. He tripped twice.
I was the only one in front of you.
That's me. Kenny was standing. I'm the one that took him down. Kenny's just standing there.
He lied. That was his wallet.
Yeah, the first time we reported on this, I told you it was the judge talking, even though the judge tried to talk around it actually being her. Not only does she refer to the person in her yard over and over again as the N-word, she referred to him as the N-word in real time, and she also referred to him as a roach, okay? She's a judge. This is important to me because she's a judge. Now it's my business because she is a judge, all right? So I have an update. But let me remind you, last weekend, Lafayette City Court judge and her family were the victims of a car burglary at their home. That's true. Police were called and the suspect was arrested. But of course, it did not end there. Let's put up a picture of Judge Michelle Odenet. We got a pic, there she is, okay? Days later, we're talking days later, Judge Michelle Odenet and her 4 children were captured on cell phone video watching security footage of the moment the suspected burglar was apprehended. And oh boy, did that family enjoy watching it. They whooped and hollered as they joyfully commented on the home surveillance video, calling the suspect, a black man, a roach and using the N-word repeatedly. She said, and I quote, "We have an N-word, it's an N-word like a roach." A female's voice can be heard saying while laughing, according to the Daily Beast. Odenet is now under investigation and has been disqualified by the Louisiana Supreme Court. And as of Thursday, according to ABC2 Baton Rouge, Odenet's son, Elijah, was off the Louisiana State University's track team for allegedly rooting on his mom's offensive behavior just hours after his mom went on administrative leave. Friday, I got another update. Friday, Odenet was barred from the state Supreme Court, meaning her days as a judge are essentially over for the moment, according to the advocate. Odenet requested a temporary disqualification, which the state's Judiciary Commission supported. She will not be paid during her suspension. Now, Odenet is asking for forgiveness and understanding. Remember, she said, "My children and I were the victim of an armed burglary at our home. The police were called and the assailant was arrested. The incident shook me to my core and my mental state was fragile." Didn't sound fragile to me, Judge. Sounded like you were in good spirits, all right? And now she's making excuses that she herself would not accept from a person in front of her, especially if they were black. All right, David, thoughts?
Well, look, I think we should give everybody a second chance. So if this judge really does want forgiveness and understanding, she has to prove why. She has to do something, whether it's for 6 months or a year, to show that she really is committed to eradicating the N-word, not only from her language, but also from her family, and that she's gonna actually take steps to better understanding. I don't think she can meet that threshold, so good for the Supreme Court, not only to disqualify her now, but I assume that they're gonna keep her disqualified for the long term. Also, great news to hear that Louisiana State University has suspended the son there off the track team. There was no place under any circumstances for this kind of language, whether you're a judge or anybody else. It's sickening, and it's even more sickening that you would pass this sort of thing on to your children, to your kids. It's reprehensible.
And I want to remind everyone, initially when this story came out, she released a statement that said she had taken a sedative because she was so distraught. And the way she made the statement, it seemed as if they were reviewing the footage right after the incident, and she had just taken a sedative and was out of her mind and loopy and could not remember what happened. Well, after an investigation, we find that this video was actually days after the incident, and it doesn't fit her timeline of the narrative. So once again, I think part of the investigation is going to conclude that she was not honest even in her public utterance of what happened. That's a big deal when you're dealing with the bar. The bar is about character and fitness to serve as an officer of the court. So while she's no longer a judicial appointee, she's no longer a judge, the second phase of this may be an issue with her actual ability to practice law. And if they can show that you were dishonest about some things related to this in the public sphere, you may be in trouble with them.